Your learning target is I can find the perimeter of shapes. Your success criteria is I will know I am successful when I can use addition to find the perimeter of shapes. What is perimeter? Perimeter is the distance around the outside edge of a two-dimensional shape. So I want you to be thinking about Jurassic Park. Remember in Jurassic Park where they said, secure the perimeter? And they were talking about getting the fence up around the outside of the park. And so if you think about that, it will help you with perimeter. And a two-dimensional shape, as we have here, is just a flat figure. We've talked about that before. And if I want to secure the perimeter, I only care about this edge around the outside, as indicated in my green line. And so I'm going to put my pointer on, and I'm going to show you how I figure out the perimeter. Now, I'm going to count this edge, but when I count, I want you to be careful. You don't count the corners. You're not going 1, 2, 3. You're counting the edge. So you want to move your finger or your pencil as you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The perimeter of this shape is 12 units. Units is just another way to say I don't know what these are. I don't know if they're feet or if they're centimeters, so we use this generic term. But if I were going to go to the store and buy fence to go around my park here, so I could secure the perimeter, I would need 12 units of fencing. Look at this shape. It's not quite as simple, but I want to figure out the perimeter of this shape. I want you to do it with me, and we know it's 24 units, but I want you to know how I found that. Because there's some people that when we count around the outside, it's just the same. If this were my park, I would need to put fencing around all of this edge. Notice, I need to put fencing around these underneath edges as well. Some people forget those, and it's important you do not forget those because if this were open, the dinosaurs would get out of our park. We have to secure the entire perimeter. So count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 24 units. Did you notice I did not stop or lift my pencil or my cursor? My cursor was consistently down so that you don't lose count. That's just a little strategy to help you. Look at this shape. I have no squares to count. What do I do? Well, again, I am just thinking about this outside edge, and this is actually easier because they've told me there are 4 columns in this rectangle. So there's 2 strategies I can use. I like to build an equation. I build an addition equation so I can add. So I go 4 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3, and I write those down as I go. The other thing that you can do is count on. So 4 plus 3 is 7, and I put that in my head, and then I add 4 more, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Put 11 in my head, and then add 3 more. So 11, 12, 13, 14. The answer, the perimeter, is 14 centimeters. Notice this time I do know my unit. Here's a problem for you. Pause the video and solve the problem, and then come back and check your answer. Okay, how did you do? Well, if you wrote an equation, it looks something like this. 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2. It's 3 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2. If you count it on, it looks like this. 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 3 more is 8, plus 2 more is 10. The perimeter is 10 centimeters. All right, but we can also find the perimeter of other shapes. This is a pentagon. I know that because it has 5 sides. So I'm going to figure out the perimeter of this shape, and then you're going to do the next one. So I like to write an equation. So I wrote this equation. I have 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 5. So I started with the top and went around. The other thing that you can do is count on. So count on with me. 3 plus 3 is 6. Put that in your head and count on 4 more. That makes 10. Put that in your head and count on 4 more. That makes 13. Put that in your head and count on 5 more, and that makes 18. That is 18 feet. We know these are feet. Okay, here's yours. Pause the video and solve it. Okay, how did you do? Well, here is the answer to this one. You can write a repeated addition equation. So you have 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. If that's too hard for you, if you can't keep track of that, if you can't go 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, if that's too hard for you, then just count on. So 4 plus 2 is 6. Put that in your head. Plus 2 more is 8. Plus 2 more is 10. Plus 4 more. 10 plus 4 is easy. That's 14. Plus 2 more is 16. Plus 2 more is 18. Plus 2 more is 20. The answer, is 20 centimeters. So if this were our Jurassic Park, we would need to add up all of the outside edges. So we made sure that we have a fencing around the outside edge. The perimeter of our park is 20 centimeters this time. All right, one last problem for real life. This I've shown you before. Is the shape of my backyard. This is a top view of my garden. We need to figure out the perimeter. Pause the video and find the perimeter of this shape. Okay, how did you do? Well, you could have written an equation. If you did, your equation would look like this. It would be 1, 2, 3, plus 2 here, plus 2. Don't forget those underneath spaces, remember. Plus 5 here, plus 1 here, plus 7 here. Or you could simply count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. The perimeter is 20 centimeters. That is the perimeter of this picture here of this garden. Your success criteria was I will know I am successful when I can use addition to find the perimeter of shapes. And that is exactly what you did and what you will do in your independent practice. Remember, you have a lot of strategies. You can write an addition equation. You can count on, but don't forget, when you count the outside edge, don't count corners. Count as your pencil or your finger is moving along the edge. Have fun.